Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's Active Aussie here, early Sunday afternoon. This is just what you could say is a sort of an update video. I just want to briefly talk about a few different things, and recently I saw a video by Infinium in regard to parasitic narcissism or female parasitic narcissism, and many of you guys would have heard about NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, but this is a more, you could say, a sort of very virulent type of narcissism. And you might have seen that excerpt, that clip from the video by an attorney, a criminal defense lawyer. I think his name was Michael Waddington. I've heard of him once before, and that was a very good video. It gave out some very useful advice for men who may be accused, falsely accused, be the victim of false allegations. And as you know, I have been the victim of a false allegation myself quite a few years ago now, and it can be very distressing and very hard to extricate yourself from that situation, and just leaves you with very bad memories from such an experience. And as we know, it can ruin, destroy men's lives. But like the attorney said in the video, it's very important to keep detailed records of email conversations, text messages, any sort of activity on social media, as it can be very useful in regard to your defense later on. And like that guy was saying also, after a while, these type of narcissists, they will become sloppy and slip up, and they'll start making contradictory and conflicting statements. And that's what happened in my case. And I later found out that this girl who accused me, a Chinese woman, she was 23 years old, she also was involved in threatening several other people, one of them with a knife. So I may have been very lucky in regard to that situation I was in. But anyway, gents, always remember, if you are accused, keep detailed records, meticulous records of any communication back and forth, because it could be very helpful to you later on. Also, just want to briefly mention, unless you've been living under a rock, you would have seen footage of the horrendous fires in Los Angeles, and I'm going to make a video in the next few days once this weather here clears up a bit. It's sunny now, but we've had very heavy rain, and there has been flash flooding, and there are roads closed. So I'm just staying close to home at the moment, but within the next few days I'll be out and about, and I'm going to make a video in regard to eucalyptus trees, eucalyptus forests, and for example Tasmanian blue gums, because I found out that the Tasmanian blue gums are quite popular in California, around the greater LA area, and also San Diego. And in some cases people have just been planting them willy-nilly all over the place. But some people don't realise how dangerous this species, these types of trees can be, and not just in regard to fire, in other ways as well. So I'm going to make a video in regard to that, maybe 2 videos in the next few days when the weather is more stable and it finally clears up. Where I am now, as you can see, I'm quite close to the forest, and if this forest was not properly managed and was just left to dry out, and the fuel load, the density per hectare, was just allowed to grow out of control, there would be a firestorm in this area. And all these houses around here, there are hundreds of houses, shops, apartments, businesses in this area. They would all be wiped out. And I'll take another video from a different angle a bit later to give another example of that. So what's happened in Los Angeles, what's happened in LA is an example and a warning for places like Sydney, Brisbane, and we've had very ferocious fires, high intensity fires here in Australia before, in Sydney, in Canberra, in the Adelaide Hills, which destroyed hundreds of houses and cars, but nothing like what we've seen in LA. So it really is a reminder to be very aware and like a type of wake-up call in regard to what can happen. So I'll make 2 videos just in regard to that. These certain species of eucalypts, they look very beautiful, they're very pretty, and I can understand why people like them. I like them myself, but they should not be planted in people's backyards and planted on the side of arterial roads, highways. There are all sorts of problems that can arise, and I've had personal experience with this. Also in regard to the Melaleuca paper barks, like the Melaleuca leaves and eucalyptus leaves are highly flammable, and the canopy can explode. Like you can see there in front of me, the canopy of the forest just directly in front. But I'll make another video specifically in regard to that. Thanks for listening, gents. I'll be going to Southeast Asia soon, within the next 10 days. So once I get over there, I'll make a video as well. So look out for that. But I'll be making another video within the next few days. I'll talk to you then. Cheers.